Hello team, welcome to another great week. Looking forward to discussing training and development this week. Really excited about that. But before we get started on that, just wanted to give you some great or general feedback about the Doohickeys paper. Overall the work was good and I saw a lot of great things come out of that. So just keep it up. I have just a few items I wanted to call out to the group for your benefit. The first item had to do specifically with the sexual harassment problem. You know, all of you identified that as a priority issue, but we want to make that number one specific to the employee that's being harassed. She's been dealing with a lot this last year, so the first thing we need to do, or what we need to give priority to, is her issues and making sure she's heard and getting those issues resolved. And of course that will tie into the training and the policy development, but we want to make sure in the short term to address her issues first. I just wanted to highlight that. The second item I noticed was implementation. So I give this feedback in hopes to benefit you, because if you can be specific and have these implementation parts in place, it's going to help you with your clarity. So for example, what resources are you going to need? Who else is going to need to be helping you with the solution in the company? What are your time frames? So asking those type of questions is also going to help you prioritize your solutions and kind of organize your plan of attack, if you will. And with that being specific, if your solution is too general, you're going to go crazy. So make sure and zone in on a specific area. So communication, for example, very important. But what part of communication are you building a solution to? Is there something specific? Is it follow-up? Is it tools? Is it expectations? Let us know, and that specific point is going to help you with your clarity. Finally, use we, not I, in your writing, because this is a group project. We want to make sure we have the right tone. All right, so training and delivery, or development rather, is focused on outcomes. So when we are having a training or developing a training, we want to ask, therefore what? So we had this training, or we had this Sunday school lesson, or we had this instruction. What is the result of this? What do I need to do? What do my employees need to do as a result of this? So we want to focus on outcomes. So this little model I created all circles around outcomes. So you have your content based on needs and focused on outcomes. Then you have your delivery methods based on your audience, and you hope to gear that around engagement and learning styles. And finally, you want to evaluate your training based on analysis and assessment and accountability. And that all goes back to, did we reach our outcomes? So you hear about the story of the birds who learned how to fly in the meeting, and then they all walked home. That's what we want to avoid. We want to focus on outcomes. All right, so a couple call-outs of Scripture and the Doctrine and Covenants. Section 107, wherefore now let every man learn his duty, and to act in the office in which he is appointed in all diligence. And section 58, verily I say, men should be anxiously engaged in a good cause, and do many things of their own free will, and bring to pass much righteousness. So we know that it is a company's best interest to focus on training and development. But back to my soapbox about individuals, we want to be focused ourselves on our own training and development. And that's through learning our duties and acting in the office in which we're acting in. So I continue to learn and grow in my field, or in my calling at church, or whatever it might be. And if I'm anxiously engaged, I'm using my agency to accomplish good things. So I just wanted to share that with you, bringing it back to that individual level. So what we're going to talk about this week is focusing on why employers should invest in training and development. How do we implement a training program, talk about different approaches and methods, and discuss it together. So we're going to do the readings, we're going to have group discussions, and so again, as always, I invite you to attend live if you can, and bring your questions and your comments and your experience so that we can all benefit and be strengthened. As always, if you have questions, let me know, and keep up the great work. Look forward to another great week. Take care.